Is it going?
Yeah, you can't see it.
Bloopers 101. Oh, I see myself. Good morning, everybody. Got my sidekick, my good buddy, my husband, my best friend, my love. Should I keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
I got him here by my side today because if you watched his last video, our last video, we are improving the fruit orchard. The mulch needed to be replaced. The blackberries needed to be trimmed. So Caden, our little farm helper, came after school and he was able to get some of that done. But we were looking at the fig trees and we've just been picking them off the tree one by one and eating them. But we think we have got enough to possibly make a recipe.
Yeah, y'all don't tell Michael Key.
Well, no, do tell Michael Key because this is my point of making this recipe. I haven't done this in a long time. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
And we're out of fig preserves. We're out of fig preserves. Our shelves are empty, so I need to stock our shelves and gift Michael Key a jar of Cog Hill Farm fig preserves. Fingers crossed we have enough. We're just looking at the trees. We're thinking we have enough. Might only make 4 jars. I don't know how far they'll go, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to get at least a couple of jars out of this.
I think so.
And you're going to help me. Do you need a big bowl or a little bowl?
I got bigger hands, so I take the big bowl.
Let's hope we can fill it up several times.
Let's hope.
Let's hope we can fill it up several times.
Let's hope.
All right.
And for those that don't know who Michael Key is, it's a school buddy I grew up with, and he loves fig preserves. So it's been kind of like an ongoing joke that Brooke's gonna make him fig preserves, but every year our fig trees, and this is year 3.5, I think, with the fig trees. Every year we've just been a little short. This year might be the year right here.
It's gonna be the year, but will it make well, we're gonna call it a mess of fig preserves, or will it make just a couple of jars?
Right.
That's yet to be seen.
Yep.
But this is an easy recipe that my grandmother used.
Yep.
And now's the time.
Yeah, now's the time. We're gonna pick
so you've got what varieties?
All right, so the first 3 are gonna be the LSU varieties. We got LSU black, LSU purples. Then we're gonna go to one called, oh gosh, my mind.
O'Rourke?
Yep, next one is gonna be O'Rourke, which is an improved Celeste. Now the Celeste fig is one that our grandparents or great-parents would have grown. That and brown turkey. Those were the 2 most popular figs back then. This is an improved version of that called O'Rourke. Then we get down to one that is our favorite, and that's green Echia or green Echa. I'm not quite sure how you say that, but we got 2 of those now. Love that fig, and you're gonna see why it's so special. All these figs have different fig flavor or different flavor profiles. You got honey, you got fruit, you got sugar, you got berry, and
we're going to mix them all together.
We're going to mix them all together.
We know that we don't have enough of one single kind to make these preserves. And it's not going to hurt anything to combine those flavor profiles.
No, not at all.
Still going to taste like a fig. Yep. Now, if you've never had a fig, we hear this time and time again, people that have never tasted a fig. You're not going to eat a fig Newton cookie and determine that you like or dislike figs.
It's totally different.
It's totally different.
Fresh figs are totally different.
Fresh figs
don't even taste like a fig.
No. Yeah. So let's get to picking, and we will show y'all the different varieties as we go.
That's right. So this variety here, this is going to be our LSU purple and or LSU black. It's all just a deep purple fig. Now, I know some people are going to say this. I can't believe you are eating those figs because you're going to be eating baby wasp. Not in Alabama. So all of our figs here in Alabama, and for the most part, the whole entire United States, except there's some areas in California and there's some areas in South Florida that have fig wasp. Everywhere else there's no fig wasp, and these are self-fruiting varieties, so they don't need a pollinator. They pollinate themselves, so there's no reason to have fig wasp here in Alabama. So any fig you grow pretty much in the United States, except for small areas in those 2 states, you don't have to worry about fig wasp. You're not going to get fig wasp. And the reason why they say that is because that's how they get pollinated in those areas, or in South America or your I call them jungles. That's how figs get pollinated. A wasp comes in, lays its eggs in the wasp, it lays its eggs in the fig, and then goes on to another one, and that's how they get pollinated.
And social media posts get made, and it gets shared time and time again.
You're eating baby wasp.
You're eating baby wasp, and that information just sticks with you.
It does.
So I have picked all of the ones off of that tree that were ripe, and this is what we're talking about. We're not going to have a bumper crop of any one variety, and we like to mix it up. We like to have different types of figs.
LSU, the university, is one of, if not the leading school out there when it comes to fig propagation and growing figs and caring for figs and fig research and coming up with different types of figs. They are ahead of the game on that. They really do an amazing job with that, sort of like Arkansas is with blackberries, in my opinion. Arkansas is really big into different types of blackberries. That's where our thornless variety came from, the Natchez. It is a Arkansas blackberry.
All right, so this one you can tell we replaced.
Yep, that little one right there.
This is one of the ones that we lost probably in that freeze a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And figs grow extremely fast.
Very fast.
So don't you suggest not starting out with a 3-gallon? There's no need?
No need to buy a 3-gallon fig. There's no reason to buy a fig tree that's not 1 gallon. Always buy the 1-gallon plants. They're half the price. You get your money's worth. Oh yeah, they're half the price, and they grow extremely fast. So here's the difference between the O'Rourke right here and one of the purple figs. See, it's got a really light pink green color, beautiful fig. But here comes our favorite. This is the green Echia. Now, this one will take some time to figure out when to harvest because they're green figs. Brooke has a little difficult time. It's easy for me. They're gonna be a light green color and they'll start to droop just a little bit. That's how you can tell. And this fig here is amazing.
I just about have to touch them.
Yeah, you can squeeze them
to confirm to myself that it's actually ready. I don't want to take it off too early, and I don't want it to wait past its prime. So it's a...
All right, this one's a little too ripe, so I want to show everybody this one. You can see it's a green color fig, but this inside is strawberry red, and it is total different flavor profile. To me, it's kind of on the berry side of things. I love this fig. It is so delicious.
And this is a prime example of ones that are not quite ready yet. There are a few that are ripe, but you can see how many figs are left on this tree that have not ripened yet. So I think what I'll do, as these do ripen, is pick them and stick them in the freezer. That way when I have enough to do something with, they'll be ready for me.
Now this next one right here, this is called Alma.
I picked one off of it just now and I don't remember which one it was.
It is a beautiful fig. This one's only a year old. This was a 1 gallon last fall. You can see how much it's grown.
And look at the new growth still trying to come out of this fig.
What's cool about this fig gives you 2 pickings. So it'll produce figs early and then it gives you a second crop later, which is cool. And it's a delicious fig. I had my first one about a week ago. Well, I don't know, about 3 days ago.
So I got one off of it and I can't find another one.
You'll know it when it's a kind of
look,
a clear.
see which one it is.
No, I can't tell. Can't tell by looking at it. Only by the inside because it's not red. It's more of a, it's almost clear almost.
And what is this one?
This is green Echia. This is my favorite, so I planted it twice.
All right.
And this is only a year old. This was planted at the same time as that Alma was.
And do you feel like the green Echia is always the last to produce?
Yes.
So it's known as a late producer.
For us, it is. Now there's thousands of figs, thousands of varieties of figs, and
you just have to do your homework to see which one would work for you in your zone.
Yeah, there's just so many, y'all. It's just, and there's a couple of cold hardy ones out there. Chicago hardy is probably the most cold tolerant. I think it may be good up to zone 7. But double check me on that. You can grow figs in containers. They do very, very well in pots. And you can bring those inside in the wintertime. And you can have figs in your northern climates. Oh, you got a good many.
Another thing is, when I was growing up, we had 2 big, huge fig trees in our backyard. And I feel certain that they were probably brown turkey. It was one of your more well-known figs. It had been there for years. And those trees just got into trees. They turned into big, giant trees. And in the wintertime, they were ugly because there were no leaves on them. And in the summertime, they were beautiful because they had the green leaves all over them, but they were never trimmed. And therefore, they did not produce that much fruit. I think if we had trimmed them and maintained their size to a manageable state, you had to get on a 20-foot ladder if there were figs on the top of it. It was so huge. So
that green issue, I'm going to have to cut it. It's getting way too tall.
You maintaining these and keeping them at a manageable height will also allow us to enjoy the fruit that's in the
easier to harvest
top area. All right, so pour yours in mine. And I think we're gonna have enough to make at least 1 batch. This is not a whole lot. And like we told y'all, we're just now starting to reap the benefits of this fruit orchard. So let's go inside and see if we don't have 2 quarts of figs.
I actually got an open spot too to plant another one.
Well, I hate that, Jason, because we need to get that done.
Right there. See, that one didn't make it.
That one didn't make it. What variety was it?
I think that's the one Destin from Texas Garden Guy had gifted me.
Okay.
I can't remember what variety it was.
And wouldn't you agree that some of them have to be babied a little more than others?
Yeah, they do, and it depends on when you plant them too.
I just happened upon one that needed to be picked.
Oh, good. You plant them in the fall, and I may have planted that one just a little too late, and the cold got it. We would have had more if I wouldn't have ate 15 of them yesterday.
That's okay. I'll let you slide. As long as Michael Key's okay with it.
Oh, goodness.
That might limit him to only 1 jar.
Don't get me, Mike.
I have not 2 quarts of figs. I was hoping to have 2 quarts of figs, but I have about half that amount. So I did a little math to determine how much sugar to coat these figs in. They're gonna sit in the refrigerator overnight. And y'all, look how beautiful. The green and the purple together, different varieties. It's gonna make it interesting. Now we like to leave the stems on. We just don't go to a lot of trouble to make them, you know, just so perfect. So we leave the stems on, but you do what you prefer. This one's the stem's off of it. So the stem is going to get very soft, and it doesn't bother us whatsoever. However, it may feel differently to you. Now the recipe calls for 2 quarts of figs to 1 quart of sugar. And what we like to do is to just take that sugar, sprinkle it all over the top of them, take a lemon. I've got 1 lemon sliced up, and I'm gonna squeeze some of that juice over the top of it. It's not necessary to get it all out because you're probably gonna want a little bit left in, so you can put it in your jars. Squeeze that over the top. Do your math to figure out how much sugar you need if you don't have 2 quarts of figs. In my case, I need 2.4 cups of sugar, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it over the top, just like that. And when I get finished with it, I'll put this in the refrigerator. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna make fig preserves. I made a decision to transfer it to a bigger bowl just so the sugar could sit on it more uniformly. And I have, you can see my lemon slices. Some of those are on the top, some of them are down in the bottom. But needless to say, I'm gonna get this covered up with a piece of foil, get them tucked away in the refrigerator. And tomorrow, we're going to make some fig preserves. One thing that's different about this is it's not jelly. It doesn't require any kind of pectin or anything to set up, because we're gonna actually have to stir it. And Michael, do you see what all is involved in this process? You wanna know why I haven't made these? I'm just kidding, y'all. I love them myself. They are delicious on hot biscuits and anything else you can think of, just out of the jar. Yes, it's a lot of sugar in it, but it is a treat, and you would enjoy it too. So stay tuned because we're going to make fig preserves tomorrow morning. Good morning again. It is the next day. The figs are sitting in the refrigerator where they have been all night, waiting on this special day, which is to put them in their jar so we can actually consume them at a later time. I say we because that includes our good buddy, Michael Key, who will be receiving one of these jars of figs just as soon as we can get them over to our great hometown of Selma, Alabama. So Michael, no more mouthing about you not having any fig preserves, because one jar is going to have to last you a whole year. And hopefully those trees will continue to produce, and next year maybe even more than this year. So my girls are out here enjoying their scratch first thing. Cheese is included. Ryan the rooster, wherever he is. Oh, there he is, over there in the back. And gotta get everybody fed. Tater is letting me know that I indeed need to make my way over to the bovines and get them fed, but not before I collect these wonderful girls' belongings. My oh my, y'all look like twins, sitting right beside each other this morning, enjoying the cooler weather, I assume. They are some of the oldest hens here, and we find them hanging out in the coop more than the rest of the chickens. You can see they shake their head. That's because they have big old boofy tops. I got a mad hen in here. She was letting me know to not open her curtain. I don't know which one it is. Is it you? Are you mad? Or is it you? All right, I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm just after the eggs. Well, we got sound division this morning. Everybody's letting me know that they are in their boxes laying eggs. So we may have one roll out. 6, 8, 9. A dozen. Good girls. A dozen from that side. Y'all won't believe this, but there's a dozen on this side too. All right, somebody's got to break this. Who's going to break the tie? I got a girl over here. Make sure you're not sitting. She was holding on to that egg. So that makes number 25 for this side. Make sure one of these isn't sitting on the egg. Nope. She's trying to lay. What are you doing? Nope. No more from y'all. And I got one more down here by the camera. All right, girl. All right, 25 eggs. I'd say that's pretty good. Cheese, I don't know why those girls are in there fussing, so needless to say, I hope you can control them the rest of the day. You're a handsome fella, buddy. Yes, you are. Well, I wanted to show y'all what I did yesterday afternoon after I got the figs prepared. Our gate has an automatic opening, and the sensor that lets you out automatically had went out. And so we purchased the sensor some time ago, but having taken on the responsibility of shipping the cast iron, we just hadn't got to digging this trench to put the new one in. Y'all, I tried to dig the trench with the tractor. And yes, I have a trencher that I bought for the skid steer, but I knew that being on the side of our driveway with all those rocks, that probably wasn't going to work out real well for an experiment when I have projects that need to be done in dirt where it's not actually in the driveway. So I didn't want to use the trencher, and the tractor would not dig it. I don't know when we last had rain here in Alabama, but it's been a minute. That ground was so hard that my tractor just bounced. And so I told Jason, I said, I'm gonna try to dig it with a skid steer. Well, I didn't initially take off doing it with a skid steer because I didn't want to tear the driveway up. The skid steer has tracks on it. I could get on one side of it, which is the grass side, and not tear the driveway up. And that's what I did. So I dug the trench all the way down to dig up the old exit wand, which was installed 3 years ago, to find that they did not put the wire in pipe. Now, on each end, it was in pipe. So it looked like, to us, the customer, that the company installed it in pipe, but they did not. So I think what happened is a rock punctured the wire rather than the sensor going bad, and it caused a short in it. Well, the wire is attached internally to that little puck that allows the gate to open. So there was no replacing the wires. It was all made as one unit. So after finding that out, we knew that the wire needed to be in pipe. So we went and purchased some pipe and we did it ourselves. What better way to get things done right than to do it yourself? I ran out of daylight yesterday, but I'm going to use the tractor to get the ditch covered back up so I can do it from the gravel side of the driveway and not tear up the road. The tractor will cover it back up, but I'm thankful for Bobby C. able to dig that trench, because otherwise I'd have had to hire them to come back and use some heavy equipment to be able to get it up. And it wasn't done right the first time, so who's to say it would be done right the second time? What are you cats doing this morning? I hope you both had a good night. Pocket? What you doing, girl? She's headed out the door. She's ready for her food, and so is Miss Peaches. Look at these three. 4. Tater, little man. Mildred's hiding behind Moody. All ready for breakfast, while Matilda is down here in the bottom of the pasture enjoying the leftover grass. What is wrong with this? Are those 4 just spoiled and Matilda said, we don't really need that green? We got this green grass. It's still serving us right? Huh. I don't know. She may need to have a talk with those 4. Good morning, sir. I want y'all to listen to Willie sing. All right, buddy. Let's go get your food. We going? You gotta walk. He gets so excited. So excited. And Reska, she really just, she knows she's gonna eat, but she doesn't sing like Willie does. We all know Willie has a good voice. Willie, you ready to eat, brother? Huh? Let's see. Let's get you fixed up. You and Reska. You go first. There you go. Look at there. That looks good, don't it, buddy? That's right. Let's see here. There you go. All right, girl. Enjoy your breakfast. Now we gotta go get Tater and the rest of the bovine as Matilda weighed her way over. All right. Got a pretty good routine going. Cut that fence off. Keep those busy. Bramble, I guess your old buddy Sylvester thinks there's something good for him down in that bucket. That's what I used to bring the cow feed out. There's nothing in there. He thinks it is. He's gonna check it out, make sure there's nothing in the bottom. All 3 kitties had to come and help this morning. Hey, Biscuit, you enjoying the sunshine this morning, pretty girl? You gotta keep these boys straight. I don't know what Sylvester thinks is in the bottom of that bucket. Let's see. Bramble, what's he doing? You're not concerned, are you? You gonna roll over and let me pet your belly? Huh? You sweet boy. Sylvester, come up for air, buddy. There is nothing in that bucket. Nothing. It's absolutely empty. Good morning, honey. Where's Jessie? Where's Jessie this morning? You have been rolling in the dirt, hadn't you? You're all kind of dirty. You look like you need a good brushing. Ah, here she comes. I knew she wasn't far away from you. Look at all the dirt. Good gracious, does Jessie look like you? Oh my goodness. Ernest T is chasing Biscuit. He's seen the cats a million times, and he decided to act like she was something that wasn't supposed to be in the pasture. All right, buddy. Jessie, what you doing this morning? I was a little bit worried when I didn't see you, but I saw Honey. Yeah, you're not dirty like Honey is. You could still use a good brushing. We might have to make that happen. How's it going, Opie? Where's Nugget? Where is Nugget? Snow White and her 3 friends, or the dwarfs as we call them, need to have their door opened so they can get some sunshine on this beautiful day. Come on, Snow White. She has been very vocal these past few days. We can hear her up at the house. I don't know what she's calling for, but she found her voice. Come on. Come this way. Y'all can see a feather just flew right by her head, and she felt that, or either she saw it. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Bramble. I thought she was fixing to try to fly out, but she can see Bramble. Look at there. She knows he's up there, and she's letting him know about it. So is Jessie. Maybe that's why she's been honking. She's figured out the cats come and sit on her fence, and she doesn't know what to do about it. Hear that little clicking sound? And then her honk. All right, girl, I'll get him down. Come on, Bramble. She says you're not supposed to be up there. Come on. Come on. She's going to talk about it. I see a Silky laid an egg back there in the corner. I don't know what she's got going on. Well, needless to say, I'm going to get Bramble down because it's not like he can't get right back up there, but something about it, I think, has her aggravated. All right, girl, he's gone. Maybe she didn't know where her friends went. Or maybe she's gonna lay an egg. So we keep that gate closed behind us at night. And Nugget does eat separately from the 2 young ones. We just want to make sure that everybody eats with no competition. And so they do eat separately. I think eventually we'll be able to feed them all together. Right now we feel comfortable doing that. And then when we open this gate back up, boy, oh boy, does everybody get excited. Everybody gets excited. Some more so than others. Well, if you can hear my dogs barking, then you know I'm almost back to the house and ready to make some big preserves. As soon as I walked in the door, I went ahead and got my pot ready with my jar so they can be sterilizing. It's going to take that much water a good little bit to come up to temperature and make sure they're sterilized. So I went ahead and got that done. I had me a cast iron enamel pot and my figs that have been refrigerated overnight in the sugar. And there is a lot of water that is accumulated. I can't turn it that far because the figs will fall out. But trust me, there's a lot of water that has accumulated just from the figs themselves leaking out the sugar substrate. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it in that pot. And we're just going to stir and let it sit and simmer and cook until it is thick on the spoon. And that's when we'll know it's ready. So it probably, I don't know. I don't want to say how long it's going to take. I'll try to figure it out when I get finished. But this is what I don't like, is standing and waiting. I think once I pour them in here, y'all will see how much liquid there is in the bottom. May not look like a lot on camera, but it is a good bit. And as that sugar cooks down and the figs cook down, it will add the liquid that you'll need to make your preserves. Look how beautiful that mixture of the different types of figs looks in the pot together. It's almost like it should be something for Christmas. Too bad I don't have enough to jar up and give away as gifts. I've been cooking these for about an hour, and they're finally to the texture that I want the figs to be, as well as where I want the syrup to be. It will continue to thicken, but I want it to be a thick syrup. I don't want juice sitting on top of figs. So that's kind of your preference. And I also want the figs to cook down to where they're not completely mush, but they are not in the same consistency as they started off in. That's my preference. So about an hour, and you'll be able to see that some of that syrup will stick to the back of your spoon and be a lot thicker. Now when it cools, like I said, it will continue to thicken, so keep that in mind. I've got my jars sanitized, sterilized, and we are ready to see how many fig preserves we can make. First jar of fig preserves. Now I did take the lemon out, and I think that's going to be personal preference as to if you want to leave that lemon in there. Since I plan to gift some of these to a friend, I didn't want him biting into that and saying, what is that bitter taste? So I got it out. Alright, let's see. A little more liquid. I want to make sure we cover the figs, leaving a little headspace there. Fish down in here and get me a lid. Fingertip tight and one down. We'll tell you the whole reason why we don't like to can. That is because I spent almost the entire morning and a lot of yesterday's afternoon picking figs, washing figs, preparing figs, cooking figs, sterilizing jars, for a total of 2 jars of preserves. Well, here it is, people, my 2 jars of fig preserves. 5-minute water bath is finally completed, and I'm going to remove my 2 jars from the water bath. But aren't they beautiful? Well, you can't say this is a skimpy jar of figs because it's not. It is a very full jar of figs that took a very long time to make. And I'm proud of them. I don't mean to sound like I'm not proud of them. They just take a long time. And that's probably the reason that I haven't made any so far. I try to accumulate a good many of whatever I'm trying to preserve before I do that. And in all honesty, I should have just stuck some in the freezer and waited till I had a big batch. But That doesn't take away the fact that I do have 2 wonderful, beautiful jars of figs that will not go to waste. They will be consumed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And now that 3/4 of the day's over, I'm gonna go get that ditch covered up that I told y'all I needed to do earlier. And I hope you do something that you enjoy as well. Y'all be good.